it, but not necessarily for a creative purpose. The need for assistance and the need for some of these positions, like I would take the call sheet and I would upload it, and I would take the sides and I'd upload it, and I'd take my shot list and I would upload it. And I would say, work out a schedule, knowing that our start time is here, the end time is here, how much do I have for every shot, and do you see anything missing that might be a hole in the editorial? And it didn't do it right off the very beginning. But after I worked the prompts, it started to do it. And I would say within 20 minutes accuracy, that's what the actual times were that we actually hit. You had to keep correcting it and then saying, I want you to remember this, and I would use it like that. The thing that I was most surprised by is I do live theater, and I do these big, large-scale immersive events. We could not figure out an audience throughput that would work. There would be these huge train wrecks midway through the experience. I uploaded the entire 400-page script. It was a live event. I uploaded the daily ticketing of who would go and when. And it would literally give us start times for every single person. And it was getting smarter at helping us create throughputs of things. That's something that no one there at our team could figure out and do correctly. Yet after a week of using AI, it did that. So as an entertainer, as someone in the entertainment industry, it's finding these things, which I usually don't have time or resources while I'm filming a movie to stop and articulate, but I can do it in the morning on the way to set, and it does it, and it can do it.
And it's learning as you're teaching it how to do it correctly and without.
And I am learning from it on how to ask it to do it correctly, because in the very beginning, it's like I am a child, I'm a kindergartner trying to talk to a God, saying, could you do it? And now I understand how to say what I need it to do. Which I think is exciting. Also, we ran into some issues, and I know you're the first filmmaker outside that I've heard talk about this. One of the parts of filmmaking is ADR, and you have to coordinate ADR with actors. I did a movie, and we had actors all over the world, and we couldn't get Jeremy Irons in a room. And we kept trying to plan this. I needed these 6 or 7 lines. Couldn't get it. And it took us about a month and a half before we were able to schedule a time to get these 7 very important lines. Now, I do 30 seconds of an actor talking, and it is so accurate you could not be able to tell. Now, I think there are union laws in place. You have to have an actor sign off on it, but...
We told you, we did that in Werewolves with Frank Grillo. He was gone, he couldn't get into ADR, and we did that. And we had to get his approval, we had to go through SAG, it was a thing, but could not tell it.
Yeah.
Like emotional, everything, it was there. But I mean, it wasn't.
But I think this is what's exciting about the future for filmmakers out there, anyone in the creative industry. It's becoming easier to make movies. It is becoming less and less of a thing where there shouldn't be excuses about, oh, I don't have the resources. You have a cell phone, you have ChatGPT, you can make a movie. And I think that you now have the power, again, of a god in your pocket that knows everything, that has infinite knowledge, supposedly. I found it easier, this last film I made, with the use of ChatGPT. And again, it's not what I originally thought when I heard of it. It was like, oh, they're going to write the scripts for us. Oh, they're going to take over the directing. No, it was taking pressure off of me of the insane amount of responsibility and jobs. I can press the things I didn't want to do off to it and focus on the creative, the actual creative of what I wanted to do.
That's one of the most exciting things about AI, is the democratization of visual storytelling. You know, again, age comes with wisdom. I started out when I was 13 with a Super 8 camera that I bought for $89, okay? Send the film away, 2 weeks later and come back, I'd edit it together, I'd get 2 or 3 showings on my Super 8 projector before it ate it and it was gone, okay? And then we got into video, I transitioned from film to video, and in the early days of production, if you wanted a production company, it was $1 million. You had to have a big switcher, and you had to have the right cameras and the monitors and the tape decks and all that stuff. And I remember in 1975 writing an article about the handy cams, the shoulder-mounted cameras, saying, okay, this is a total change and everything. Still, it was $150,000, $200,000 for a camera with a lens and all the accessories you needed. My first HD package, which was one of the first ones in the Southeast, was $250,000 for the camera, the lens, the monitor, and the tape deck. Okay, that's what it cost. And then, of course, the high 8 and the DV cams and all that stuff came out and totally started changing things. And then the DSLR revolution. And so now today we're back to the point where that anybody can go out and create films. But what it does is it makes filmmaking easier. Sure. So it makes it faster and easier. So what does that mean? Well, instead of doing 2 seasons of Game of Thrones, 1 season, you might be able to do 2 seasons. Or, down the road as it gets even more and more, you might be able to pay a studio $40,000 to do your own custom version of that show, okay? So it's gonna democratize everything and allow a lot of people who've never had an opportunity to have their voice heard to be able to get their, vision out there.